Lantana, greetings, brothers and sisters. This is your brother, Wendell Iadonis, RASTAFARI. It's not easy for I. One of our illustrious and honorable Rastafari brethren, RAS ESP McPHERSON, has gone to his rest, returned in spirit and in truth to the triune God, to I Father. His transition has passed on. The world would say dead and die, but I as Rastafari, we know that for the faithful and the true and the King of Kings and His Christ and those of I in the new name of Rastafari, that there is no death. Learn, even in the fifth and the guest, as we seem to have had to do quite frequently, to refer to the Kibble and the guest, because we're seeing the passing of many of I elders. And this particular elder, RAS ESP McPHERSON, RAS Everton McPHERSON, getting the message, and the next brother in had actually let I know he passed on the 6th of July 2012, and that was the Friday that just passed in Harlem, New York City. We have a couple of vids actually, I think, from the brother Sarnetta that we would like to upload to this channel, so that those who don't know, those of maybe the younger Rastafari, might have heard the name but really do not know of his work. And it's his work, that his labor of love for I. This is a brother who some would say was ahead of his time, because many of us right now, speaking about issues of sovereignty, speaking about issues of name and nationality, and speaking of the real geopolitical reality of Ethiopia, will be indebted to the works of RAS Everton McPHERSON, RAS ESP McPHERSON, and for one who knew him, who got to make his acquaintance, and we find this to be really an honor. And I is not sorrowing, and this is not grief, because we know in the faith of the King of Kings that Yeshua HaMashiach, he took I sorrow, those stripes, and I grief, so we can enjoy. And we weep because, of course, you miss your loved ones. And this particular brother, I can't even, the words don't really even describe. Just to think that some of I brothers are almost, to a large extent, almost like they're unknown. During their lifetimes, but the good thing about I as Rastafari is that I are growing. Rastafari is growing, and we're not the 20th century Rastafari, but we are the 21st century Rastafari. This is a new generation, and we've been preaching much about the whole 40 years. And see, on the dry erase board is the Torah portion number 39. The brother, he passed early in the morning. It said that he had a heart attack. His age and all of that. We know that he's one of our elders, and whatever his physical age, his spiritual age, and his maturity, because this is a brother whose works we really need to look into. And those brothers and sisters who've been following I&I reasonings on sovereignty and on those issues of nationality, which is all the aspects of preserving our birthright and living within the covenant and making this spiritual reality a real reality. In other words, establishing the kingdom of the King of Kings and His Christ. And this brother, maybe some would say it was too political. Maybe ones would say it was too academic. Maybe ones would say it was too intellectual. But maybe that generation did not recognize it. But this generation and future generations should make note of RAS ESP McPHERSON. There's a lot of, if I can go for like an anecdotal tale or something that, even I could recall almost the first time I meeting the brother, it seems like almost 20 years ago. And the last time or so that we reasoned, and they said, my brothers and sisters, I'm just bearing this message and just trying to remind the generation of Rastafari who might have not heard anything of this brother. We did a little Google search, and his name comes up, RAS ESP McPHERSON. Please, if possible, get some of his books, his lectures, his documentation written, in fact, on I&I website, the Lion of Judah Society, LOJ Society website. We just put a new, like a carousel of some of his books. And one thing about this brother, as long as we knew him, he was publishing. In fact, one of the first times going to the Ethiopian embassy and meeting with the Ethiopian consul, I mean, you just imagine a group of Rastafari brethren, and I being a younger one amongst them, sitting down with the Ethiopian ambassador, presenting a document that Rastafari has written, and it's the brother who did the research, but he included all of us in that. And he founded the Ethiopia-Jamaica Society and the Ethiopian National Front, which is an organization that I and another brother in of I&I's, RAS Amlak, now known as Nicholas Amlak, and if the intel and information serves I&I correctly, he's presently in Ethiopia, and maybe he has gotten this news, maybe he will get this news, and if you see this vid, excuse some of my emotionality right here, but like I said, it's not sorrow. There's nothing to be sorrowful. It's not grief. But I&I weep because we miss I&I beloved one, and we see that he gave his life to give I&I a testimony, which maybe a generation, that 40-year generation, didn't recognize. He, in a sense, was on the issue of sovereignty of I&I and bridging that gap between the Ethiopians at home and those of us abroad, and building on that foundation of His Majesty. Some might call it political, but we have to understand that unless these policies change, nothing about I&I's situation as a diaspora, once lost but now found people, will change. And that brother understood that. And we just give thanks for his life and his works and his remembrance to I&I. And there's a couple of vids, like I said, that we found. For those of you who do not know whom RAS ESP McPHERSON, RAS Everton McPHERSON is, watch a couple of these clips and credit for these clips, Sarnetta. You know Sarnetta, those of you who are into the roots and the reality, the black consciousness videos. You know Brother Sarnetta. He's interviewing RAS ESP McPHERSON, I think circa 2011. And to order some of his books, you might be able to search him on the Google, and I think there's a PDF. RAS ESP, all as one, McPHERSON, PHERSON. May Jah, in the name of Yeshua, Jesus Christos, have mercy on I and I, brothers. Shalom, RAS.